Hello everyone and welcome to yet another live stream. Hi the David. Hi and welcome. Hi the Katsi as well. Hi and hi and hi and hi. And today we will be... Katsi just left. that was awfully quick. We will start by me drinking a little bit of coffee. Okay. And here I am back. Just came back from a boat. Hi, the Talon Mopper. Came back from a boat ride. What kind of boat ride? Well, because I need to reorganize my desk a bit. And that's because we are getting back to it. Ah, my goodness, this looks like a mess. I mean, it is a bit of a mess, but not entirely a mess. Welcome back, Katsi, again.
I'm so upset.
Why are you upset?
I was about to surprise you pre-stream, but then my Discord just fucking refuses to function. I couldn't do it.
Where do you rent the boat? Oh, I see. I see. Okay, today we will be... We'll get back to this. I would like to desolder the chip, resolder it again, then hopefully, let me zoom in. The professional. Desolder the chip, resolder it again, then hopefully test it and hopefully it will work. We'll have to be extremely careful of what we do today, and I want to do everything really proper from the very start to the very finish. And so in order to do everything in a very proper way, I first need to dismantle this entire monstrosity. There we go. Consider the monstrosity dismantled, and what we will do is we'll first desolder the... Well, ideally everything, actually. I think... how long is this doodad taking? You have you don't even know the half of it, okay? You don't even know the half of it, but right now I will give my full and undivided attention to the doodad, so...
I'm glad this looks like another fucking spider.
But this time
I know how I've accomplished this.
But this time will at least work, hopefully.
Hopefully.
I mean,
Are
to
you
be fair,
sure it's put in correctly?
Yeah. The thing is, I did fuck up a bunch in the back in the day, back in the 3 days ago or however long it was.
3 days ago.
But each time I fucked up, I learned something. So for example, right now I know that if I want to solder it properly, all I need to do is just see which 2 pins are connected.
Oh, you telling me this is properly soldering, I see.
And too much flux, okay. I've added too much flux. I will need to be a bit more careful with this. From my understanding, what I'm going to do is I'm going to desolder this, then apply some soldering acid to clean it up. Then I have a lot of really dangerous chemicals on my desk. What I like especially about the flux is that it just has all the pictograms on it, which is just fun. Make it piss reveal. There, it's in the bottle. You're welcome. Normally I charge people for this sort of thing. Make it breathing, that's what's going on. Don't worry, for now. I'm breathing for now. Considering the chemicals. Oh, this acid. I spilled some on my hand. That stings quite a bit. Give me a second, everyone. I'll be right back. I just need to go and wash my hands real quick, if you don't mind.
How is he still fucking alive? How is he? That doesn't make any fucking sense. That's insane.
Okay, and you know what? Now that I think about it, actually, maybe I should You know, that got me thinking actually. I have, in fact, some gloves. I have some gloves. I should probably put them on. It's not that the stinging pain of spilling acid on my hand was too much, but I just, just got me thinking that if I have the gloves, might as well, right? I feel like I might as well just put some gloves on. That feels like a good idea. Don't mind me, I'm putting on gloves.
Are these gloves too small?
Hold on, there we go. Just for safety reasons. Are those supposed to be suicidal thoughts? No. I feel like suicide by getting dissolved in acid is a fairly painful way to go. That goes kind of counter to the whole point. Okay, I got the gloves on. Ah, perfect. So, it is a bit more annoying to work with. Also, right now I have to be extremely wary of temperatures. That's because if I somehow manage to get these gloves permanently on my hand, that would be fairly annoying. Come on, desolder. I know you want to. Come on. Okay, we might need to use the lower half, actually. Because desoldering this would be a bit of a pain. We would need to basically desolder it on both sides at the same time. And then snap it away. Oh, almost. Wow, I'm good. Never mind. Now I'm also going to desolder all the pins. Like so. I feel like some music would be nice, actually. That was surprisingly quick and painless. Well, except for the acid. But you know, it wouldn't be a make it stream without spilling acid on me at least once. Am I right? Am I right or am I right? Finish my art piece finally. Did you? Oh, the one I like it a lot. I do like it a lot. It's very was post-apocalyptic. Switch to live chat. Oh, thank you, Black. Actually, I forgot. Hi there. Chip surgery live stream.
Oh. Yeah, that is nice.
Chip surgery, indeed.
You got them vibes going.
Yeah, I like the direction. I posted in the art section. Oh, yeah, I know, I saw. I like it. But to be fair, I always have been jealous of people who draw. I've always. Okay, I think that electronic music would fit best today. I don't know if it would, actually. You know what? I am second guessing my life choices here. Maybe it wouldn't. Maybe Dance Groove. There we go. The Dance Groove music is basically so close to being like satisfactory sometimes. Okay, so there we go. That is our thing. Next, what we need is we would like to take the acid, I imagine, and you see I spilled some more on my glove right now. It's good. It's good that I put them on. My hand stings quite a bit still. It's fine. We need something to apply it though.
I really am. You're going to die way too soon than I would like to, and that's a problem.
We all have to die one day. Might as well go out on my own terms. Okay. I need something to apply the acid, something that will let me pour it down, but at the same time won't dissolve itself, which is kind of a pickle because it's an acid. No, these gloves are annoying me. I'm taking them off.
Don't keep them on, please. I beg. Can you?
Listen, acid won't kill me. Worst it can do is hurt me. Famous last words. Trust me, it's gonna be.
Take gloves on.
Don't worry, I'm a professional. Okay.
Can you like take a piece of metal, maybe like the fucking wire, just smudge it
have
over?
an idea.
I don't know.
I have an idea. But it's a pretty terrible one. Yeah, I shouldn't really dip it in there. I should get some kind of smaller container, put the soldering acid into the smaller container, and then wash it off in that smaller container.
Oh, you just spray acid everywhere, aren't you?
I don't want to spray acid everywhere. Huh. It does sting quite a bit.
You should get it checked out, I think.
No, it's just skin. It's really easy to learn. You just gotta listen. Hi, the Tefta. Hi, welcome, Burning. I mean.
He spilled acid on himself, and he's like, I'm not gonna do anything about that.
No, the thing that's annoying me most is that I want to clean this off with acid, but I just don't know what to clean this off with. The stinging is very, it's not that distracting. I could take, But I mean, look at this bottle. There's already like a drop of acid on it. Hold on, this can actually work. Give me. Come here.
Oh my.
Give me you.
I can't fucking look at this. Thrifty, please come here and save me
Don't
from
worry,
my life.
don't worry, I'm a professional. There we go, that helped. Now I need something to distribute the acid. I can use the lower pins now I think about it, because they would be a bit cleaner. The PCB, use alcohol. I could also use alcohol, but I mean I have soldering acid, I bought it. Might as well, I want to use it. I didn't buy soldering acid just that would sit on my desk. I guess I can use alcohol. Fine, just for you Cutsy and for you Theft, I'll go the safer way. But you're making my purchase seem unjustified. Give me a second, I need to get the alcohol.
It might be unjustified.
Oh, hold on. Hi Theft, hi.
Making your lifespan longer, which I think is a good outcome out of those two.
Yeah. So, what were we thinking? Whiskey, white rum, some wine, or just ethanol?
Isopropyl.
I know, I'm joshing.
I mean, Jordan has been having
Do you have
many
flux
problems.
on there?
Surely can have this one too.
I have a lot of things on there, but I want to clean it off first.
Did you get the copper wick?
No, I didn't. Not yet. I mean,
Do
I
you
have
have
my
a-
improvised copper wick, so.
You should probably, you really need copper wick though, because of your tools. You need as thick of a braided wire as possible. If you have a really old AC cable that you don't need, that will probably be the best. Those
Oh,
thick-
that looks like a worrying
cable.
chemical reaction. I don't know if you can see, but it's really cloudy.
What did
my-
you put on there?
Some soldering acid, some soldering flux, some ethanol. Just a healthy mix.
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to clean them off for now.
Oh yeah.
And I think I'm gonna do it backwards, which means that I am going to first do the solder and then apply the flux, then put on the... Well, first do the solder, then put on the chip, then the flux. Right?
No, so what I would do, like, you really see those two bridge connections on the top left?
Top left, two.
Try to clean those up with flux and a solder wick.
You mean right here?
'Cause-
Or you mean right
Yeah,
here?
or-
Because I think I'm just
yeah,
gonna skip past the bottom ones. I mean, this one has.
well, you should practice with those because there's no chip on there. You want to be able to remove that solder that's on there because that's a healthy amount of solder. So if you can make those look clean by using flux and a solder wick, copper wick, then that's kind of the good practice that you want. And
Okay.
can you clean that solder tip?
I can
'Cause that
attempt.
Yeah.
This looks a bit better.
Yeah, there we go. It's all shiny. So you want to you really
I mean, first I just want to take off the excess solder, and then
but you need a solder wick, right? You need copper. You need the only way to remove
I know.
solder from a board
know.
like that is to use a copper wick. And if you don't, it's just gonna
I know. I just need to make my improvised one again.
yeah.
I'm running out of jumper cables. This is honestly quite something.
That's why you should use a old AC cable. Don't you have any cable that's worthy of throwing away? That's thick.
I do have a thick one. That's it.
It's mostly the AC cables, like what goes into a back of computer that has 3
Yeah,
prongs.
I know. But the problem is that I really, really do use those cables because I have a lot of things that connect to them. And so I have like one backup cable, for example, one backup AC cable, but I really wouldn't feel comfortable parting with it. That's because I tend to use them quite a lot. I need to get my scissors.
What else has a lot of copper?
Is Make It even reading chat? No, I'm not. What are you doing anyway? I am learning, hopefully. I think I should be able to manage with a small wick even.
Nothing.
What do you do on this channel? What don't I do? You listed, I've got it. Okay.
And so sometimes it's best the copper wick, like literally lather in flux, and it helps it absorb.
All right.
That's so thin. I would just save that, yeah, since you have so little copper wick.
I mean, I have a lot, it's just that they're not great. Do you know how to code these things? I don't know exactly what you mean by these things, but yes.
You code by tapping the wires to batteries.
Exactly. I do have one of those programmers, but I don't use them. I just do it manually, like in the good old days. I actually just wait until the cosmic rays hit them in just the right way. It's a bit time consuming, but I find it a cleaner way to do it. Okay, this is really much better. Now what I would do, and I would like you to tell me if it's a good idea or not, is I would apply the solder right now.
Yeah.
On just the pins.
The flux makes that possible. You can just apply solder to the pads and then add flux to it, then put the component on top.
Oh, so I just add flux, then the solder, then the component, then the flux.
Yeah.
Okay, so
that works.
So
what the flux does is it chemically treats the metal to absorb the solder. It aids the soldering process by making it like chemically bond.
Yeah, it's the
And
magical potion of soldering that just fixes all the problems without having to do anything.
but you
That
really need a high square footage of copper wick in order to do this. And so that's your biggest difficulty, is that you want a crap ton of solder wick to pick up the rest.
got some acid on myself and my hand still stings quite a bit.
You should wash it off with water
I did that. I did that first thing.
constantly. Okay, so you probably have a chemical burn.
Yeah. Not too bad. I've had the same thing with acid, with the sulfuric one when I was making it. Just like an itch. I'm just saying it just like in case I get pissy today, then I want you to know that
That's why.
I'm not trying to be. It's just very annoying when you have something that's like a minor inconvenience. Oh, that looks good actually. There is a very thin layer of solder on each and every single one of them, and there is a lot of flux on it.
Well, that's good. The more flux, the better. Like, you can't have
Yeah.
too much flux.
Okay, so now the chip.
Yeah, the chip on it, and then I'd put flux on its pins so it can absorb the solder.
Okay. Well, that's quite annoying.
It's stuck to it. Yeah, that happens all the
I
time.
need to clean it up. The flux is making it sticky a bit. Can I just? My first instinct, constantly. I'm trying to. This is a sunk cost fallacy. I keep wanting to dip it in acid because I bought it and I don't want to go to your waste. But when I have ethanol, it's so much better. It is so
Ethanol
much better.
You only need flux and alcohol. I never used acid for any reason.
Yeah, I just got it because it was free delivery. Now I need to use it. Okay. I am so glad how everyone in the chat is talking about politics in quite an extremist way. It's a very easy topic for me to just join in on. I will not engage. Okay. Oh, that looks lovely. So then you say flux on everything.
Yeah. Sorry, I was getting a pizza out of the oven.
No, it's fine. You're doing me a huge favor. You don't need to apologize. You don't need to apologize for not being here all the time, constantly. You're helping me a lot.
I actually did a board meeting to come in.
Oh my goodness! Please, that is making me feel terrible.
No, don't feel that. It's just funny. I told my business partner, you gotta hold off. I gotta hop on make it.
My goodness! Please do not. Listen. I am just trying to be a silly goob at doing silly stuff.
This is actually going to work. That's perfect. So usually what I do is I would use one hand with an X-Acto knife to just kind of hold the chip in place while the other hand I solder.
Okay.
Because when you solder, it's going to move the chip around. So one hand I would just touch.
Do you solder with your dominant hand or do you hold it with your dominant hand?
I solder with my dominant hand and I use my left hand, my non-dominant hand, to hold the chip in place. That way it won't move around while you're soldering. After you get 2 pins, you should be able to lift up and you don't have to use your left hand anymore. Yeah, I think
This
you
looks
actually got
really
it.
good. My goodness.
You don't need to hold it anymore since it's soldered on one side, but yeah, that's
I'm
cool.
just gonna hold the board itself.
Perfect. That's perfect.
Oh, this is incredible.
Yeah,
This is incredible. Wow.
that flux is doing the magic because it's allowing everything to connect together, and then you should be good.
Yesterday.
Bob should be your uncle now.
My goodness, Bob's my uncle. There we go. Let me just take a look at it up close. That looks really, really good. My goodness. I wish I had the rings for zooming in so that you could see it better, but this
Oh, that
is...
looks sick. Yeah,
Oh,
those
wow.
are soldered.
My goodness.
And then clean it with alcohol because if you try to use your probes, that flux is a resistor. So it just it's better to clean it with
I don't
alcohol.
know, I have nothing. Give me a second. I'm just always unprepared for this. Well, over time I'm becoming more and more prepared. I just need to step away to get myself a paper towel to for our call. Oh, it feels good to do something with someone who knows their stuff. Because this is effectively my second time soldering an SMD.
Surface mounted. Yeah,
And-
those are not easy.
And the only
It's-
reason why it worked is because I had you here.
Yeah, it took me weeks when I was trying to do surface mounted. That's why I bought the TS100. I had to buy solder flux. I had to buy copper wick. Flux, copper wick, and a new soldering iron in order to properly do it. And a microscope.
You know what's funny? You just gave me an idea. I think I actually have a microscope. I just got it. Long story. The point is, I didn't actually buy it, but it's a long story. And the reason why I got it is because quite often when people give away their stuff, I am a hoarder, so I always say yes. I was like, for free, of course I'm taking it. And so I got a microscope, not a great one, but still a microscope. And the specific reason why I got it is because if I ever needed to record something up close for my videos, then it had a USB output, if I remember correctly. So you could actually
Awesome.
output as a camera, and my goodness, it will work so well for this video, actually. This looks,
Yeah,
I think, fine.
That's how I check my solder joints. Is because I can't see it with a naked eye on some components, so I'll put it under there to make sure it's not bridged. And flux will like shine in the light, so it sometimes makes it look like things are connected, but it's just that there's extra flux on there and the lights from the room.
Yeah, if you don't mind. I'm sorry that my multimeter is under my microphone, so it was very loud, but yeah. Now if I... Okay, that could be not a good sign. Or... now here's the pickle, because I can feel that I'm touching the flux, so...
Yeah, and that's the thing. You got to push hard on the probe. Like, I would release the chip from the alligator and just put it on the cardboard because you're going to have to press into the metal to, like, almost dent it to make sure that the probe has contact with the metal.
There's so much flux on it.
Yeah, it is the downside of flux.
I didn't think it was possible, but I think I've overdone it on the flux.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do two things. First of all, I'm gonna re-solder each pin, and then I'm gonna clean up the flux.
That's a good idea. And by heating up the pins, it will probably evaporate some of the flux and go into your lungs to clean it up.
I shouldn't laugh when there's this much smoke going on.
Yeah.
Left, are you making me inhale cancer molecules?
I mean, I didn't want to be alone in that.
I do have to say that there is a comical amount of warnings on the flux. Like, this is just ridiculous. For a single
Yeah.
chemical.
Yeah, it is bad. And there is zero clean flux. There's specific flux that you want to get.
Isn't that toxic?
Yeah, it's less toxic. I get a gel flux, actually. It comes in a syringe. That's the ones that I use.
Yesterday, by the way, as I was finishing up the video, I rewatched one of my comfort movies. That was a Real Steel. I know you've heard of it.
No.
The movie Real Steel. It's about like Hugh Jackman, right? I think that's the name of the actor.
Wolverine?
Yes. It's a movie where about like fighting robots. And I do have to say the story is really great and I love it so much. But man, I just get that very specific. The only way I can describe it is a tism. When I see like circuit boards getting soldered in movies, it's like very, and it just got me so high and so wanting to actually work on this today. Because yesterday, I'm finally done with that video, my goodness. Now I can solely focus on this, it's amazing.
You did a great job on that video.
I didn't like it by much at the end. I spent too much on it for me to like it. Yeah, it's funny moments. I think the assembly explanation was fine. The C explanation could have been better. But, oh well.
If
This
you
one's
wait
gonna be better.
a week or so and watch it, I bet you might like it more.
Yeah, probably. I'm honestly mostly just riding the high of this video. It's gonna be so exciting. It's gonna be so much fun. Especially considering since this on its own, just the journey of me trying to drive a motor took a while, because in that video I'm gonna cover first the module attempt, then the MOSFETs attempt. I'll get a chance to explain MOSFETs, then I'll have to explain soldering SMDs and so on and so forth. And that's like, and all of this entire journey is like 1/7 of the actual video. It's gonna be great. I'm really excited. Yeah, I don't think that paper towels are the best things for this, but I am pretty certain these are the best things I have. Hopefully it should be enough. Ethanol should be doing most of the work for me. Okay, there is less flux everywhere. I'm finding the urge to just like dip it in ethanol.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea to just dip it in alcohol.
Yeah, I might actually do it. It worries me just a bit. That's because the way I use this ethanol is mostly for making fires in my videos. And so, like, you know, working with this ethanol next to a 500 degrees Celsius soldering iron just feels...
500? It should be 380.
Whoops.
You want it around 380. I don't know how well that temperature is, but I would err around 400. Because if it's too hot, you're gonna get some. It's gonna fight you a little bit.
Okay, it was 480. Now should be a bit better. Just to try out the ethanol as well. Or the
It's
alcohol.
probably oxidizing the tip faster. So you want to make sure the tip is shiny. If the tip's not shiny, you need to clean the tip of the soldering iron. Because it's that oxidization is going to act as a thermal resistor, or what do you call that? Yeah, it's going to not transfer the heat as fast. And the reason why sometimes you want a little bit of solder on the tip of the soldering iron is because it increases the surface area of the heat transfer.
I do have to say, soldering is such a counterintuitive concept.
Yeah, it is.
Because basically, so for example, back when I was starting soldering, I thought that these kind of solderers are the best, the ones with just a metal tip. But the more I look at it, the more I think that torch soldering is just more convenient.
It is.
Oh, that looks really good. It's shining because it's the entire board, but the connections look really solid.
They don't look jumped at all, or shorted.
If anything happens, I'm just gonna cut in between them with an exact knife because I don't want to repeat this process. Let's see. Okay, I can. No.
And it might not be bad, make it, to actually just solder in those small blue wires that you have to the pins and then touch the ends of them, because there's so much flux probably still.
Wait, did it just beep? Oh, that's really good. This side is the ground. Okay. So now the 4th pin right here and the 1st. Yeah, okay.
And make sure the pins and the pads work.
This one I do prefer soldering mid-air because it's just a bit more convenient for me.
Oh yeah, because of the holes.
I don't like the fact that I need to hold it, honestly. It gets quite hot.
It's far enough away from your finger.
Exactly.
You can feel the heat. You turned it down.
Don't make me laugh right now. It's a bad time for me to laugh.
Yeah, your lungs are still recovering from the toxic fumes.
Exactly. My goodness, why am I shaking so much? Oh, I just can't melt through this. That's curious.
Yeah, the tip's not shiny, so you can clean it. It'll help you a little bit.
I love that my soldering iron came with this like copper wick, except on like a hole of a copper wick, kind of. You get what I mean?
Yeah, it's like a Brillo pad, or it's
Yeah, it's much
like
better in my opinion than the sponges. Like
yeah.
a lot.
Oh yeah, the sponges are a little bit because they're acting kind of like a copper wick, right? They're taking the solder, and I usually flip them upside down every so often.
That does not look soldered, but it holds, but it looks ridiculous. You can't see. Hold on, let me actually put the camera. You can't see it.
Yeah, I can see it.
But it looks so ridiculous. It isn't actually going through. It's just, and like it holds.
So now see if you can touch the pin on the IC and the end of the blue wire, and if it is conductive.
Yes. All right. Oh yeah, I need to push it in because I can feel the flux. It's sticky.
Yeah.
So. Come on. Oh! Did you hear that?
No, I can't hear the beep anymore.
Oh, I mean, I can't hear it anymore either, but it beeped for a second. Oh my goodness! It
There you go.
lives! That is incredible.
There you go.
Shaking probably the fumes. Oh, that is really, really great.
That's awesome, man. You surface mounted that.
I've
It
said
looks like it's solid.
Well, 1 of 8, but it's the little things for now. It's we take the little wins in life.
I'm pretty sure all of those are connected. It might be physically impossible for them not to.
I'm pretty sure as well, but still, I don't want to be too forthcoming. This is my second time. Rather, nothing like soldering a wire that I'm holding by the metal part.
Yeah, because the heat transfers to your hand.
You know what? I got the chemical
Use those
burns. Might as well
tweezers.
get.
Use those tweezers and hold the
That
wire
is
with the tweezers.
really smart. The only problem is that they're so difficult to use. By the way, they're also metallic, but for some reason they don't conduct heat all that well, which I like a lot. I feel so incredible when I do something like this. Just soldering a tiny piece by holding a wire and that, like medical, it just feels incredible.
Yeah, electric engineering at its finest.
It's better than drugs. Well, if only I didn't drop it. Here we go. You take the little things in life. No, damn it. I thought someone was setting up a joke, but it was just... You were talking about politics. No, we were not. We're trying to enjoy ourselves. We're trying to have fun. Listen, I'm trying to have fun in life. Do not bring politics into this.
Yeah, most politics are just fake. It's just propaganda.
It is. Just let me enjoy my
like,
little electric...
Focus on these trivial matters so we can be corrupted and take all your money and do the opposite of what we say. It doesn't matter what party. It's all of them.
Yeah, you know what I like to do? I really like describing things. It's just as a form of a joke. I really like it. Because it's really funny for people who have distance. Describing politics in a vague enough way that all the people from the extremes think you're talking about them.
Oh yeah.
So, like people on the opposite sides thinking that you are actually supporting them. I think it's a very funny joke, and it's funny if it's good because it shows you if someone laughs at it, that means they have distance, which is good. Okay.
What's also yeah. That's why like open source projects or any type of community, it's like it doesn't matter. We're all coming together to watch Make It solder a PCB right now.
Well, fail. Fail is the right word in this case. Solder is a bit optimistic.
We'll just say succeeding slowly.
Robotics is robot politics. Make it. I can't stay mad on the good pun. That is a good pun in my book.
So what might help you is why don't you just put a little bit of solder on the tip of your soldering iron?
Yeah, the problem is that it's
So
not.
that there's a
I'm
little-
not heating it up enough for it to actually go through the hole.
Yeah, maybe you do need to heat it up higher now.
I like the fact that my soldering iron has settings. It has like 3 custom settings. So I'm gonna leave the first one as surface mounted, which will be 380, and the second one will be the maximum, which will be the 480. It will be 4 pins.
That's your welding level.
Yeah.
You got soldering, then you got welding.
I mean, welding is more permanent soldering, if anything. My goodness, stay up. I know I'm the one holding you, and you're literally an inanimate object. Shut up, multimeter! I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about the other inanimate object.
Battery's draining. My battery's draining.
Yeah, my goodness, so picky. Oh, I'm dying. I'm busy. Have you ever had to replace batteries in a multimeter, by the way?
Oh, never. Actually,
Yeah,
I
no
have-
one ever had. This is such a...
It's because it beeps at you.
Oh, no, but I don't think it's because it beeps. I think it's because it, like, uses absolutely no electricity. The only thing is the screen, but, like, the screen...
Yeah.
It isn't even lighting up. That's liquid crystal, right?
Yeah.
And those are like
LCD.
so good with conserving power.
Well, I better let you go. You can totally do this. But so one of the things that I do, Make It, is why don't you turn that PCB sideways, like 90 degrees, and put the soldering iron on the back, and then push the pin through the front.
I like it.
Right? And so you're going to be soldering from the back side and then push the copper in from the other side. And once it melts, it will push it past the soldering tip. You'll feel it go in a little bit. And that's usually how I do if the hole is already filled with solder.
Okay, so I am going to
Like that.
apply more solder, actually, because
Yeah.
I'm going with the dumb solution because I am not skilled enough to succeed at the smart solution. So I'm just going to go with the dumb solution.
Yeah, add more solder to that hole. That's going to help you because it increases the amount of solder, which will then have more surface area
If only I had
that
7
the
more.
soldering iron is transferring the heat.
If only I had 7 more hands, that would be so much easier.
Yeah, and it's nice to sometimes have a little bead on the tip for a cheap soldering iron like that. Not cheap, but
It's fine, I can take it. You know what? I'm not upset at you calling my soldering iron cheap. I'm more upset at the fact that that made me laugh, and it was just made the whole process significantly more difficult. There we go.
there you go. Okay, and with that, I bid you guys adieu and
Alright,
good luck.
have a good one. Bye. See ya. I'm so. Then Tefta just left right as the music. Oh, that was so in theme. Okay, we have 2 pins, which is good. The problem is that they are at a bit of an awkward angle. Fortunately, I just moved it aside. Now it's looking better. Then what we need to do is keep going. I am inhaling a lot of toxic smoke. Robotnik is robot politnik. Okay, a sip of coffee. Doesn't the music fit in so nicely, by the way? I think it does at least. Are you all liking this new kind of stream? The kind of stream where I'm just soldering stuff? How would you all rate it on a scale from 1 to 10? What would you all rate this kind of stream? Make it making stream. Oh, on the first try, I'm amazing. Yes, out of 10. There we go. I've been fencing behind this whole time. Oh no! Oh, you've missed so much stuff actually. In those 30 seconds, I turned the camera towards me, did the backflip, sat down and turned it back forward. You actually missed a bit. You shouldn't have skipped. There was so much happening. Like, man, you wouldn't even believe. It was crazy. Aliens showed up and then died. It was a lot. 9 out of 10. Inhale lead vapor. I will have my rating. Oh no, I already did. I've inhaled so much. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna be soldering with my left hand because I'm not picky. Okay, I might need to use my tweezers for this. Oh my goodness. Stop falling off. It's fine. Minus 5 to indicate this. There's things you can buy that called tin extractors that has a little pump, and what does it? The upside you press the extractor, press a button, sucks it out. I don't think I need that sort of thing. I have seen them. But I don't think I need that sort of thing, mainly because my soldering technique is a bit different. I call it throw enough solder on into the wall and eventually it will stick. It's not a good technique. I just got some solder on my hand. That hurts a lot. I just got some solder on the table. I'm renting this place. Fuck. Ah, this one is annoying me. Buddy, you're getting timeout. I'm taking the other wire. Oh my goodness, this one went in so much easier. It was a wire problem. Hidden. There we go. There you are. Ah. It's an artistic choice from the table designer, don't worry. Making the art feels weird. I have this weird inability to express myself, but in my art, which is very deep and personal to me, feels weird. It's a process. It always is. As someone, well, I don't consider myself a person who does art, to be honest. I don't like to call my videos art because I feel like art usually is deeper than that. But as someone who makes, as someone who is a certified maker, I can tell you that it takes a really long time until you don't hate what you make, even on a subconscious level. So maybe the reason why it feels weird is because on one hand you have a deep and profound message you want to cover across, but at the same time you have this underlying feeling of not liking your own art enough, and so it just comes across a weird feeling. In that case, if that is the case, I'm just spitballing here. I know exactly. That would mean that this will eventually pass, and eventually you will make deep art that you yourself don't feel weird about, only strongly about. Okay, there we go. I need to more solder. Quick. Please just seek schizo pills. What kind of board even is that? This is a SMD to pin converter board. It converts surface mounted to pins. I don't know the actual name for it. That's what I'm calling it because that's a descriptive name for me. What is that chip? That is a motor driver. That chip is a motor driver. You will not believe what it's used for. It is in fact used for driving motors. I am burning so much plastic. Just get in there. Get in. You are upsetting me greatly. Oh, this is going to be interesting, isn't it? It is, in fact, going to be interesting, at least in my opinion. What I could do is I could do this sort of thing. I could place my solder right here. And then, just hear me out. My goodness, I need to be soldering left-handed. That's so upsetting. Oh, please tell me it worked. I think it did. And that would be 6 out of 8. If you flip it upside down, you can do it right-handed. Huh. You know, I didn't think of that. Tell me be comfortable with my emotions, not a matter of not liking it. Well, that was just my guess, kid. You obviously would know better. I was just guessing. Okay. I could do it upside down, but I am not going to, because right here. There. Perfection. One last wire. Come on. Eight. That is 8. can't be there for people when I'm feeling any negative emotion. As long as you're upfront about feeling negative emotions, then you absolutely can be there for people. Can't be there for people when I'm feeling a negative emotion. Very tricky subject. Can you be a wall? Because that's good enough sometimes. That is, I mean, yeah. What I personally do when I'm feeling not so great and yet still need to be there for someone is I am just open about it. This wasn't exactly the case of me being for someone, more like someone being here for me. But like, for example, I mentioned at the very beginning of the live stream to Tefta that if I'm pissy today, then it's because I spilled some acid on my hand, and that is a pretty nice example of like literal physical pain, you know, that would make me feel not so great. And in those kind of scenarios, I always find it better to just be honest about the whole thing, mention it, and then let the other person go into the conversation or into the interaction with that full knowledge. Oh, that is really annoying. Oh wait, or is it just on the other side? No, it's not. Okay, we don't have conductivity on the Midwest and depends. Or in other words, they are not solid. Like, you tend to just immediately respond with a logical appeal. Yes, I tend to. That is true. Is that a bad thing? I'm sorry, I'm asocial. I wouldn't know. No continuity. Conductivity, continuity. Words are meaningless. Shucks, I just hit my microphone so hard. Ouch! Okay. Actually, no, first let's... I do have to say, with this kind of music, this can actually work to be a very nice and cinematic shot. Hold on. Hold on, let me try something. Hold on, let me try something. Okay, there we go. Damn it, Black Thunder, you're ruining the shot! Ah, whatever. I tried to do something nice once.
Damn, you sound like my dad.
You'll just play basketball together. It must be rough.
No photography. It's only supposed to be a family picture.
I hate when people get competitive so much at family outings, like family pictures.
Yeah.
Just you both trying to outmug each other, or the kids these days would say. It is a very cinematic shot though, isn't it?
Yes, agreed. Very nice.
The only problem is
I couldn't do better myself, and I've actually done this.
I could do better, but my my rings that go in between the lens and the camera haven't arrived yet.
Yeah. Oh, I was talking about the soldering.
Oh, the soldering.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's very nice.
That's mainly because Tefta joined in and kind of walked me through this.
Yeah. I mean, I couldn't do better because I couldn't be asked to do better, so. If it works, you know?
Well, I mean, I know, the problem is it doesn't.
Well,
I'm trying to fix right now.
that's why you take a tiny pair of pliers and you bend all the pins a little farther outwards so your solder blobs can be huge.
I wish I could do that on the surface mounted.
Yeah, that's the hard part. Surface mounted.
There's a lot of smoke coming off, which could mean that I'm either burning the integrated circuit or that I'm burning away the flux. In one case, I am ruining the circuit. In the other case, I am potentially getting cancer.
What's the worst that could happen?
Cancer. Glad to help. What's the next question?
What's so bad about cancer? People say it's hard to beat, but I'm at stage 4 already.
A friend of mine, who is really fucking great, they've beat cancer 3 times in a row. Can you imagine? 3 fucking times. It's actually such a banger because when they done it the 3rd time, they just sent like a picture that said, you know, their name 3, cancer 0, which is such a fucking hard line.
Well, good for them. I don't really know how to respond to that.
There we go!
Oh, does it work?
It's soldered. We have
Nice.
connectivity between these 2 eyes, which is good. That is so cool. I know, Daniel, I know!
Nice.
Make it get fun. That's not a bad idea, actually. I will probably get one. Blow away from my face, yeah. I also plan to get just some general respirators. There we go. Okay. So, this side ground, this side not ground. Remember that, everyone. It will be important. Right now, actually. This side is ground, which means what we need is... Oh, we need the datasheet that I keep turning off. I just need to download that datasheet because that's ridiculous.
I was gonna say, why don't you just print it out since you need to keep referencing it? Or at least scribble something on the cardboard under you.
I'm screaming on the cardboard. That would actually be quite neat. But no, I'm just gonna download the PDF. It's annoying because every single time I have to look it up, I need to like read the name of the chip from L911OS. L911OS. I'm so sorry, Americans. I didn't mean to. That was... Guys have a joke in bad taste? I don't know.
Don't worry about 9/11 jokes. The only people upset by them are the people that can't grow up.
He said it. That wasn't me. He's American.
I'm an American, yeah.
He can say that. That's legal. Okay. So there we have it. This side, so it's backwards. Oh, I guess we can just... No, I'm gonna keep it. It's backwards. This side is the side the ground and 2 control pins. This side is the side the DC motor output and the voltage input. Which means that what we need is our power cable, which is this beauty right here. That is our power cable. And then Oh, I can even have them match. How lovely. This is power. No, wait, the two middle ones. Never mind. I can't have them match. That's gonna look so bizarre. First power cable, second power cable. These are both connected to power. They're power cables. What else would they be connected to? Then, the outer parts will be the motor driving, for which I do believe what I used to use was green. Stump, that's quite a quote. That is quite the quote from a granddad, I do have to say. That is certainly quite a quote.
I have a silly question.
Uh-huh.
Isn't the N-word the N-word for Americans?
That's what I was thinking, actually, yeah. Certainly quite a quote. Okay, then what we
Well,
need...
only some of them.
Them.
Which, up to you.
Okay, then what we need is we need ground, which will be happening off screen because it's filled with plot holes. That's why I'm gonna just hook this up right here. Perfect. Then here we will have our first ground, which will go into the first ground. The outer ones are the grounds. I guess we can just plug in one, we don't need two, but just in case I'm gonna plug in two. There is a lot of cables, making me a fair bit worried. Oh, I'm missing the second black jump cable. Oh well, I guess we're gonna use white. Needs logic. And then those two middle blue ones are the control pins. That means, well, it means that those are the pins to which one of them will have to be connected to the ground, the other one will have to be connected to the live, and once again we're going to use a battery to simulate them. I hope this is all clear. If it isn't, then just continue watching because I'll showcase what it means in a second.
I'm terribly sorry, but the fact that only one of your alligator clips matches the wires is
I know,
disturbing me
right?
greatly.
It's even worse because, like, if none of them matched, that would be at least something, but only one of them matching is so much worse somehow.
And the fact that you have 0 blue ones, but green, yellow, and black.
Oh, it is quite terrible. Well, what can you do?
Some choices have been made.
I'm pretty certain I have some blue ones, I just can't be bothered to get them.
Yeah, touche. Can't argue with that. Speaking of can't be bothered, I was under a car this morning, as one does, right? The only reason I'm inside now is because it has started to rain very hard again. And I'd rather not go for third time's the charm, if you know what I'm saying.
I do know what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny that you're the kind of person, like, for valid reasons, right? But I mean, you're the kind of person where when it starts to rain, you're under a car, you're not going because it's inconvenient, you're not going because you're afraid that you're gonna drown on the car or whatever, and you're going because you're afraid you're gonna get struck by lightning. It's
like, I've learned my lesson. I will forget soon, but I have learned for now.
Yeah, for now we remember.
When your joints looks not great. Oh, okay, never mind. I think the stream's delayed.
Come on. Okay, this one's a bit loose, but I mean, we're all quirky in our own special ways. Who am I to judge? Yeah, exactly. What's the worst that could happen? It won't turn on? Well, I mean, yeah, but...
What's the worst that could happen? I get struck by lightning?
Okay, so now if I turn on the power supply... Nothing happens, that's correct. And now if I plug this in, my multimeter started beeping. It's not even connected to anything. Okay.
Congratulations, you've uninvented NFC technology.
I would say I've invented quite an impressive upgrade to NFC technology if it started beeping completely disconnected. Oh, the wire fell off. Damn it. Oh, damn it. Damn it on so many levels. Okay. I do have to say, this wiring is quite representative of what my thinking process looks like. Just clap on.
I'm surprised there's a process. Everyone knows the best thinking happens in a chemically induced fugue state.
It just clip onto the thing. I hate it when my wires do this whole thing. Bite. Bite. I feel like I feel like my dog all of a sudden just bit on something and I'm trying to get it out of its mouth, honestly. Oh, why is it so annoying? Just... There we go. Got there in the end.
See, I have a joke to make about this, but it is not related to dogs in any way and probably not friendly, so.
Getting worried. Okay.
I don't actually, but it's fun to say that to make people worry. Theater of the mind is such a powerful curse to cast on someone.
Oh. Never mind, I was gonna resolder it, but it just worked. Good, now if I switch from measuring voltage to measuring amperage, like this, then if I turn it on, we're getting 0 amps, and if I clip it on, we're still getting 0 amps. Well, that's fun. Okay. Someone wants to explain? Shut up! I know there's a fuse! My goodness, you're so annoying. There we go, 0 milliamps as well. And then, if... Oh, that's already clipped on. That's pretty bad actually then. Oh, fudge.
So is this just like a generic breakout board?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Oh, damn it, damn it, damn it.
I didn't know if it was like part of a PCB you designed or something.
No, I haven't designed the PCB yet for this.
Oh.
If I manage to get this to work at least once, then that means I have enough knowledge to actually design the PCB then. These aren't connected anymore. They were just a second ago. You all saw that, right? Oh, never mind, I have to... Otherwise on the multimeter connected the wrong thing for this. There we go. That's good, okay. That's good. That's good. That's bad. I think I found one. Yeah, I think I found the one that's causing all the trouble. I'm gonna need to retry the other side. This man should be prohibited from being in a 10-kilometer radius of any soldering equipment. Why? My goodness, why?
I don't take advice from someone who can't spell being right.
Got him. Thank you, Black Thunder. You're always here for me.
Yes.
Defend me from the haters.
You can defend yourself just fine. I do it for sport.
Okay. This should be good enough. That's good.
Hey, David CMS. Wrong there.
Kicking a man while he's down at this point. Really? Oh, that's good. That's a connection. Did you take a break from eating? That was so casual. Just.
Yes, I'm still chewing, by the way.
Okay, so it seems like there's only one missing. This one.
Hey, David CMS. Both of those theirs are correct. But your statement is wrong.
Okay, should be good then. Please, just function. Perfect. Okay. I've retried all of them then. It seems like absolutely all of them should work, and I am so confident isn't the right word. I am so desperate that I will actually plug this into the motor directly. See if it will turn on. Are you all ready? Because I sure am not. It should turn on right away when
I'm
I
ready
start
for
this up.
whatever happens, but I don't think anything good will happen.
Yeah, nothing happened. You're correct.
Nothing ever happens.
Nothing ever happens. No. I really like bopping around in the cables, you know, as the power supply is on already. That's always really nice. Okay, make it. How many states can you name? At least 3. Maybe even 4.
Hey, that's better than me.
It's
We got
liquid, solid, gas, plasma.
you forgot Bose-Einstein condensate.
Yeah,
Fake fan.
I also forgot.
Cancel him.
I also forgot Missouri. That's also another one. Honestly, I was trying to make a joke, but I genuinely now that got me gaslit. Was Skid referring to American states or states of matter? Pull up a map and try states in America. Okay, so the joke hit. That's good. I can name a lot more than I can point at. Pull up a map and try. If I pull up a map, I'm gonna miss most. I don't know almost where any of them are.
We've only got 4 that start with A. If you can name those 4, I'll consider you educated.
4 that start with A?
There's only 4 that start with A.
My
If you can
goodness.
name all 4 of them, I'll consider you educated.
Okay, before I go on, is Atlanta a state?
That is a city in Georgia.
Yeah, that's kind of. I was kind of hoping on it being a state, to be honest.
Yeah. Don't worry, you still have 4 left to name.
America, that's the first one.
So close, that's the country.
Damn it!
And continent, actually.
I keep undershooting it or overshooting it.
Third time's a charm. I
Alabama.
think you got it
There's
this
also.
time.
I don't know him, genuinely. I mean, I know Alabama, I know Arkansas, I know.
What's the biggest one?
Alaska. That's the third. But
Okay,
the
we got
fourth.
3.
The fourth is elusive. I'm losing it.
So we got Kansas and...
Arkansas. Oh, holy shit! I always forget that.
It's Arkansas. It's Arkansas.
I always forget that.
If you
that
say
was...
Arkansas, they will lynch you there.
This
This isn't a joke, by the way.
Yeah.
It's illegal to say it wrong.
Arkansas is, I always forget that's a state because that's the most idiotic one. You can quote me on that, by the way.
You have Kansas and Arkansas.
I can name a lot more states that I can point out because the only states that I actually know the location of are California, Texas,
That's the next one
Florida.
alphabetically, by the way.
What?
California.
Yeah. So the only ones I can point to are California, Alaska, Hawaii, Florida, Texas, Washington State because it's so fucking dumb. That's about it. North and South Dakota I get right every now and then on a map, but that's a bit of a...
You know what's really stupid?
Kentucky also.
Well, yes, that too. But no, they make Jack. No, that's Tennessee. Never mind. We also have North and South Carolina, right?
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, Virginia was too good for the North-South treatment. Instead, we have Virginia and West Virginia.
Please tell me you can point to Tennessee. I cannot point to Tennessee.
It's very long.
Make it. Where do you think Iowa is? Iowa is one of those dumb rectangle states.
Oh, it's not. It's pentagonal at least.
Oh, that's even worse.
Yeah, that's where the CIA lives. Every single one of them had pentagonal states.
Washington D.C. is that a state? Close enough.
Nope, it's a city, but it's recognized as a state as far as voting rights is concerned. It's also got its own license plates, which is stupid.
Also, isn't it like comically large? It would
For a city, or
for a city, yeah, because
I mean, not really. No. The strange part about it is it's not the biggest city in the U.S. and it's also recognized as like its own. It's also recognized as independent from all the states around it, but it's not a state itself.
it's basically just corn in Iowa. Yeah, massive huge tits. My goodness.
It's actually massive two shits, and you would know that if you were ever around it.
I think that's all. Red Blacks. What about Michigan? You can't forget Michigan. Oh yeah, I can also point to Michigan on the map. Because they have all the water. that's the reason. Oh, hold on, I was right, I was trying to measure the amperage. I completely forgot. There we go. We're getting no amperage through. The input amperes are 500 milliamperes. 1 ampere, we get nothing. If I unplug it, we still get nothing. This is concerning. The motor is on the opposite side from the ground. The VCC goes inside there. That is correct. Hi to someone. Make it. Where do you think Europe is in USA? Europe? Oh, I remember. It was in between Texas and Florida.
No, I don't think fuck is a state.
I forgot the Portal 2 state. If you had to guess general location of Iowa, it's where? Northeast. That would be my guess.
So close.
There are like 9 choices for general location, so close is really rough.
I mean, it is in the middle, kinda, so.
Like Maryland.
It's
oh,
on
Maryland.
the northeastern side of the middle, so.
If I add enough heat to New York, will it turn into Nevada? Yes, scientifically proven.
No, won't. Nevada's like 80% desert.
Isn't New York also just 80% desert? Oh, slum! Something, I don't know. No, they have too much piss to be classified as desert. Oh, slum again.
Yeah.
Nothing like dunking on New York. Well, maybe dunking
Nothing
on New
like it.
Jersey.
Yeah, New Jersey isn't that bad. It's like if New York had less gang activity.
And you call yourself American.
I
So dumb.
yeah.
You call yourself American. Bro, I live here.
I don't live here. I just slowly die here.
I live in the bumfuck middle of nowhere. Isn't that most of America, though? And I do mean it. Isn't like America... Isn't America like surprisingly sparse when it comes to population? There's almost no one anywhere.
So I was going from where I live to Florida, right, for a vacation once. I was driving the whole way. This isn't where I started, but it was like an hour away from where I started. There is a sign on the highway that says Orlando, Florida, 800 miles. Just straight uninterrupted driving. It's crazy.
That's wild. I would just like
And
you all
that's
to...
the short dimension.
I would just like you all to consider just how much smaller Europe is from America, and at the same time just how bigger the population is. It's wild to me how much of America is just there, empty.
It's hilarious because there's like we have the population on the east side of it, right? That's where like half
Yeah.
the people are, and the other half are in California. And there's nothing in the middle except for a bump around Texas, Utah, and I think Michigan. That's it. Everything else is like empty.
That is wild.
This is why we have so many Dollar Generals. It's just so much empty space. They just pop up everywhere. It's like having a house made of wood and wondering why there's termites.
Comparing dollar stores to termite infestations is very American.
Yeah, but you don't understand Dollar General. It is a termite infestation. What do you know about Walmart? Because it's worse quality than Walmart.
Y'all need help over there, maybe? I'm just kidding.
Well-
I know you do. Hi there, Theo.
Funny you should mention that.
No, I got a headache. Probably because
You
of the
shouldn't do
smoke.
that. Mm. Have you tried opening a window?
I have, but then it gets loud. It messes up the
Mm.
stream. Can try opening one in the back, actually. Give me a second. Ah. Oops, I moved my camera. There we go. It's back. Ah, no fresh air.
When people say they come from America, they could also mean the Deep South, but you have to listen for the accent.
No,
And
because then they
manners.
say no. What is the pride in the New York City today? The first of many prides this year. Oh yeah, right, it's the gay month. Well, it will be in a sec. Happy gay, everyone. Did I? I will be actually working on the gayest video I've ever made for the main channel.
Who can't
Specifically
post
just for
pictures in
June.
General. Basic channel.
That's good. That's also good. Okay. Great. Great. This should be working, but to be fair, that is what I said the last 5 tries,
again.
so I think I'm just gonna turn it on and see. Does anything.
Smoke machine.
There's
Test number 1.
a very annoying smoke machine if this turns out to be a smoke machine. If I just turn it on.
See, people don't actually know this, but electronics aren't made with like silicon
Holy
and all
shit!
that.
Holy shit! Shit!
Did it work?
It actually worked. This is the one time I didn't believe in myself enough to actually plug it into the motor on the side.
Well, now we know the trick.
It's disconnected now. And now I reconnected. What the fuck? Is this the voltage not high enough? 7 is like the limit. 7 will be pushing it. It works with the multimeter. Multimeter is measuring properly.
Maybe your motor's cooked.
I was about to say no, but I mean, I don't have any other explanation.
I mean, it's a possibility. I'm not saying that's what it is.
Okay, it's moving 0.8 amperes. Now it's moving 0 amperes. I plug it back in, it's moving 0.8. I plug it out, it's moving 0. So like, that is correct. But how can electronics not be made of silicon? Funny enough, counterintuitively, silicon on its own is a resistor.
Yeah, electronics aren't made of silicon. They're actually made of magic smoke. And the problem is when you let it out, they no longer work. So like that's what's going on. That's why it's all in a black box.
Yeah, I was about to provide a different explanation, but Black Thunder basically nailed it, so...
Yeah. I'm smart like that. I say things with great authority that I've made up on
Okay.
the spot.
I need something that I know is not cooked. For those who are regulars on the stream, you already know what I'm about to attempt.
Oh, the can of PTSD.
I'm sorry, Black Thunder, actually. This is quite awkward.
It's
But-
fine. I'm used to it.
This is the only other electric component I have on the spot that I can actually test. I'll need to hold it, which is just very safe. Okay,
It's fine. I
starting-
lived. You'll be fine.
We're starting unplugged. Nothing's happening.
It's gonna
I'm right
hurt,
hand
but-
dominant, but I'm gonna hold it with my left hand because now if I plug it in, I unplug it out. I plug it in, I take it out. I plug it in, I take it out. My goodness. It works. Okay.
Keep doing that. The voltage will triple.
The problem is, the only problem is that we're moving 0.8 amperes, not a lot. And we kinda need more. First I'm gonna test the voltage that's going through, and if the voltage is mirroring the input voltage, which in this case should be 7.9 volts, that means we're already pretty good. Because if we get 7. Okay, so we're getting 0 volts, now we get negative 4.5. Okay, no, that is the correct volt. If I crank this up to a 6, what do we get? Okay, so we lose like half a volt on the entire thing. That's fine. Okay. Now for the amperage. Ideally, I would like to move... Ideally, I would like... I know you can't see, and I'm so sorry that my setup isn't better, but I'm moving in a week, so, you know, we take what we get. Okay. We get 0.8 amperes if I plug in 1 ampere. If I plug in 1.5, they drop. Oh, lots of smoke. Lots of smoke. Okay. Lots of smoke. Okay,
Dang.
that's loads of smoke. Okay, so
I hope you're ready to
like-
resolder everything.
so like okay, in the datasheet, if I remember correctly, the ICC, the maximum is 2 amperes. Oh wait, no, 2 milliamperes. That's something different. Power supply voltage up to 8. Where did the smoke come from? Did you all see where the smoke came from, or was it like not visible on the stream?
I couldn't see it.
Damn it.
You want to plug everything back in? Maybe we'll pinpoint it.
You know that I actually might. That actually might be the next step for me. Hold on.
It's already broken. What's the worst that could happen?
Because if the smoke came from the... -4. That's going through, and if the voltage is mirroring the... If the smoke came from the chip... Ideally, amperes, 1.5, they drop. Yeah, it kind of looks like it's going from the chip. I might have fried the chip.
Went from chips to fries.
Oh no, never mind. It's moving 0.8. That's good. That's really good, actually. Alright, time to crank it back up.
Oh boy.
Okay, it appears that 1 ampere is about the comfort zone. And out of it we get 0.8 amps. 0.8 amps with 7 volts. That appears to be...
Where's your step-up transformer? Don't you have one?
Wait, step up transformer for what?
So that you can turn whatever the amps are into more amps, because you need more amps apparently.
I need more wattage.
Oh.
And step up transformers cannot generate more wattage. The reason
dang.
why I have
Then
this...
Guess you have to then I guess you have to chain this into a MOSFET for your motor.
No, what I could do, however, is I could just use 2 motor drivers, I think. If I use 2 motor drivers, that could actually work. It could also not work.
And that's the worst that could happen. So like, might as well try it, right?
Exactly. There are the only 2 options. You know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to design a PCB with a single driver in mind, and then with 2 drivers in mind. And then I'm going to order both. And after I order both, if the double doesn't work, I'm just going to use the single. But first, to be fair, you know what's really annoying? The motors that I need to test this on are inside of the doodad. The doodad I've assembled. And I kind of can't show it on stream because it's a secret. And like, taking them out. Never mind, I was really fucking smart. Okay, my goodness. And never mind, I've designed it I forgot that I designed it in a way so I can actually take the motor out relatively easily. All I need to do is just unscrew a single screw. That's it. Anyway, hold on, I'm unscrewing a screw. Give me a second, everyone. Because we need to test. I hope that the smoke came from the wire. Because if it came from the wire, that would be good. It's possible that the jumper wires actually aren't big enough to move these kinds of loads. And if it came from the wire, that means we could actually pop even higher of a current into the driver, and if we can pop even higher of a current into the driver, then happy days, because we can power the motor no matter what. I am so smart, my goodness. Or I could be just disassembling it in a very dumb way and then not realize it now, but... Well, Too late now. I've took out the motor. Here it is. So, what we got is, if I remember, we lost half a volt. We lost half a volt and we were at 0.8 amperes, which means what we should do is we should unplug the voltage, unplug the ground, and instead replug it into the motor on its own, and then try to power it using the same exact power, which will be...
I just had a goofy idea for another doodad you could make.
What's the goofy idea?
Unicycle with the gyroscope on top.
So dumb.
See, no, the way it turns would be like tipping the flywheel so it like pushes it one way or the other, and then it just goes forward and backward.
No, that's not a lot of power. I mean, it's spinning. It's spinning, but it's not a lot of power. How high can I crank up the current before it...
You should just spin the dial to the max and watch it pop, because that'd be pretty funny.
1.4 seems to be doing the trick. It's like the meme sound. I mean, I can increase it higher. Like, no, never mind. 2 seems to be the limit. 1 ampere seems optimal. So if we somehow manage to work with our chip in a way that would let us put actually 1 ampere through it, I think it will be fine. Okay then. There we have the chip thing. Oh my goodness, that was exhausting. What kind of smoke smell was it? Metallic. That kind of smell. I don't know how much.
Man, I kind of hate being a human because metallic smoke smells good. The bad part is that it destroys you from the inside out. Maybe it's because I live in a machine shop, but you know.
Okay. You know
It's
what?
got that nostalgia to it.
I might go and take a bit of a break right now. I'll probably do another stream later on. And on that stream we actually might do some... Actually almost the next day. It's gonna be the next day in 2 hours in Europe. The point is, on the next stream we will actually do some programming instead of different
I was gonna
kinds.
say Factorio, but that works.
No, I've got work to do.
You always have work to do.
Yes, I'm a workaholic.
They
That's kind
literally
of
pay you
the
to
job.
not do it.
It's a really sweet gig.
I pay you to not do it, so like, stop. It's the weekend.
No.
At least take Sunday off.
No, I'm a Satanist. I can't take Sundays off, actually.
Well, then I'll unsub from your Patreon.
No, don't leave. I need...
Take Sunday off or unsub. Very simple.
No, there are like... But I want to program and see. On the next stream, the next stream is gonna happen in a couple of hours, as I mentioned. I am going to also record one thing for a video and hopefully actually edit the first segment of the new and fun video. It's gonna be exciting. That's what I plan to do in the meantime, as I go.
What's the fun video?
You know what the fun video is?
Oh, I know what the fun video. Okay.
Yes, the doodad.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, is that ready now?
Well, no, it's not ready, but I promised that after I finish the last video about the program languages, I would just devote my full attention to the doodad, and I plan on doing that. Yeah.
Okay, I get it. Never
So
mind.
next stream we're going to be, among other things, first working on the charity website to finally get it to look good, and then at the same time also hopefully work a bit on the doodad for the inputs, and then finally on a library in C, because I don't know, I like C. That's my thing. And for now, I suppose that'll be it. Thank you everyone so much for watching, and have a great day. Bye.